Hey everyone, welcome to Yukaria. I'm Victoria. Today we're going to solve Leetcode problem 160, intersection of two linked lists. So let's see, given the heads of two singly linked lists, head A and head B, return the node at which the two lists intersect. If the two linked lists have no intersection at all, return null. For example, the following two linked lists begin to intersect at node C1, and we see two linked lists A and B, and they join at C1 and continue on together. The test cases are generated such there are no cycles anywhere in the entire linked structure. And so looking at the examples, we see linked list A, linked list B, and visually we can see their intersection point. And we see another example, A and B, with A is a few nodes longer than B, but they still join. And then example 3, where we have two completely separate linked lists. And so looking at the examples with the intersection, what's apparent to me is if we're going to detect this efficiently, we really need them to meet at the same time. And to me, I think looking at this, what I would go for is advancing the longer list such that its starting point is the same length as the smaller list. And then if we advance them at the same time together, we'll be able to detect that intersection. So how would you do that? I believe there are a couple of different ways to solve this problem, but the way I think of it is realistically write a method to find the length of each list, and then whichever one is longer, advance that by the difference, and then traverse them at the same time. So let's do that together. Um, So first things first, let's write a getLen method, and we'll start with a count equals 0 and a cursor node set to the head, while cursor count plus equals 1, cursor equals cursor dot next. So that advances for as long as there are nodes and increments are counter. So when we're done, when cursor dot next is none and falls off, we will have counted each node and we can make use of that. And so the way we make use of that is back in our main method over here, you can say len a equals self.getLen of head A, and len b equals self.getLen of head B. Now, what I like to do is then start us off with cursor nodes. So cursor A equals head A, and cursor B equals head B. And then we can advance one or the other if the lengths are not equal. So if len A is greater than len B, then for I in range len A minus len B, cursor A equals cursor A dot next. And if len B is greater than len A, then for I in range len B minus len A, again that's just taking the difference so we know how many times to advance it, cursor B equals cursor B dot next. Now we'll have them at the same relative positions or at the same lengths to the end. So while cursor A and cursor B cursor A, if cursor A equals cursor B, return cursor A or cursor B, they're the same, and otherwise cursor A equals cursor A dot next, cursor B equals cursor B dot next, just straightforward traversals down there. And if that condition was never met, then simply return, so it returns an optional, so return none. And let's run this and see what happens. And we see that it's initially accepted, so let's give it the full submission. And yep, accepted. We're good to go. Thank you. Hope this was helpful. Take care.